Hi, this is Tim Shields, also known as Timmy Ray. Did you know that there is no racism in the kingdom of heaven? That's right, there is no discrimination, no prejudice in heaven right now. I promise you. I know this is a shocker, but Jesus prayed in Matthew chapter 6, what we call the Lord's Prayer. He said, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." In other words, he said, your kingdom come on earth, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So we are to pray that God's will that's happening in heaven right now will happen on earth. And what does He use on earth? He uses us, the church, for that. We're talking about racism and the Bible today in this video series. And when we say racism, we're talking about discrimination and prejudice. There's over 300 verses in the New Testament alone, about racism and discrimination. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, come on, are you kidding me? Over 300 verses? Yes, over 300 verses. So let's take a look at one core verse that sets the stage for these 300. Go to Revelation chapter 5, verses 9 and 10. That's Revelation chapter 5, verses 9 and 10. And I'm going to read that right now. And just to set the stage for Revelations 5, 9, and 10 is, Revelations 5 is the throne room. The throne room. And in the throne room we see the 24 elders and the 4 living creatures. And they have a harp and they're singing a song. And I'm going to read the lyrics of that song, which is verses 9 and 10. So let's read it. "And they sang a new song, saying, You are worthy to take the scroll and to open its seals, because you were slain, and with your blood you purchased for God persons from every tribe, tongue, nation, and language. And you made them to be a kingdom and priests to serve our God, and they will reign on the earth." In other words, let's read this one more time. Let me just read it and insert some things. "And they sang a new song." The 24 elders and the 4 living creatures were singing a new song. And they were singing Jesus' plan. They were singing Jesus' will. They were singing Jesus' mission right here. They're singing it in a song. It says, "You are worthy to take the scroll and to open its seals." Jesus is the only one worthy to open the future. "Because you were slain," His death, burial, and resurrection, "and with your blood," His holy, perfect blood, He purchased for God the Father persons, male, female, men and women, boys and girls, young and old, from every tribe, tongue, nation, and language. Every tribe, tongue, nation, and language. He purchased them with His blood because that's what was required. From every tribe, tongue, nation, and language. And He made them to be a kingdom and priests to serve the Father. Now, let's look at this. There can't be any racism, any prejudice, or discrimination in the church on the earth if we're going to reach all tribes, tongues, nations, and languages. Can there be? How can you reach out to any nationality, all nationalities, all languages, all people groups if you got prejudice or discrimination in your heart? It's impossible. There's no way we can fulfill Jesus' plan and help Him if we do these things. Well, I want to be a part of His plan. I'm part of the church. I'm partnering with Jesus. And I'm reaching out to every tribe, tongue, nation, language I can where I live in the Dallas, Texas area. Jesus was intentional reach out. Did you know that? He created everyone. He was intentional reaching out to everyone. He loves all tribes, tongues, nations, and languages. And He's got a remnant He's creating from all tribes, tongues, nations, and languages. And I want to be a part of it. And I'm hoping that you want to be a part of it also. This is the full gospel. This is not just a partial gospel. This is not something optional to teach in your church. Look, there's over 300 verses in the New Testament. And by what I just said and reading Revelations 5, 9, and 10, this is part of the whole gospel. And if you leave this part out, it's going to be hard to reach all nations, tribes, tongues, and the languages. It's a no-brainer. I'm asking you to join me in partnering with Jesus' mission. And doing that, there's one more thing I want to let you know. There's always forgiveness for those who right now, if you're watching right now and you have discrimination in your heart, you have prejudice in your heart towards someone else of another nationality because of economic status, social status, appearance, whatever it is, ask for forgiveness. There's always forgiveness and mercy at the cross. Okay? Now go to timmyray.com, and that's my website, and you'll get an informational sheet about what you can do about racism and the church, what your church can do about racism and the church, and a list of those 300 verses that will help you to understand what the Bible says about discriminating on economic status, on legal status, on social status, rich and poor, on gender, male and female, nationality, skin color. That's right, it's all right there in the New Testament. Now, I'm not leaving out the Old Testament. I'm focusing this video on the New. So go to TimmyRay.com and download that information. God bless you.